What's up, y'all? It's Stone Cold Jzzle, and I just jumped off the porch with Dirty Glove Bastard.
Ever since a young boy, yeah, straight out the gate. I've been hanging out with slumlords. We play patty cake. I be rapping what I'm.
All right, y'all. So we got truly one of the coolest, dopest artists with us on the porch today, Stone Cold Jzzle.
Appreciate it. Ooh, yeah, Jzzle.
How are you feeling?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. Thank you for having me. How you feeling?
I feel really good. Now, you know, we got to get into the drip. We got to get into them diamonds.
Okay.
The diamonds in your mouth.
All right.
Are those permanent?
Nah. They're not permanent. They perm cut, actually. So I got them cut to look like they permanent or whatever like that.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, they come out, so yeah.
Okay, could you give us the price on them things?
I'm gonna give you an estimate.
Okay.
So my manager worked out a deal with Jimmy Boy. Y'all might know about Jimmy Boy. But yeah, we worked out a deal. I think it was from like 15 to 20,000, something like that. But you know, yeah.
I saw that in the dark. Like when we was outside, I was
Thank
like,
you, love.
I was like, wait, hold up, you shining right now.
Nah, turn me down.
Now, before we get into your new project, congratulations on Troubled as well.
Thank you.
We got to get into the background because the one thing that I will say I truly love about you is you do have a street background, but you are also heavy on the creative.
Yes, ma'am.
So it's like that's not your persona, you know, but everybody has a past. But I think what I really love is that all around, like, you don't let the street path take over like how you are as a person and how you are creatively, if that makes sense.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, for sure.
Yes. So let's get into New Orleans because that's where you from. The Ninth Ward. Talk about the
7th Ward.
7th Ward.
See, I told her off camera, don't say that. And she still ran it, but it's good.
I'm sorry. Okay, we can start it over. Okay. So before we get into your project Trouble, let's get into your background. New Orleans, the 7th Ward. 7th Ward. Okay, so we had somebody come on the porch and they talk about the 9th Ward a lot. We always hear about the 9th Ward, but the 7th Ward, you gonna have to break that down to us.
All right, so really the 7th Ward the best ward. So like, I don't know how many walls New Orleans got, but like the biggest one is the 9th and the 7th. And like you meet somebody from New Orleans, they most likely gonna be from the 7th Ward or 9th Ward. So that's probably why y'all had a 9th Ward nigga in here, or a 9th Ward female, woo-de-woo. But I'm from the 7th Ward, so we both from downtown. And yeah, and actually the 7th, 8th, and the 9th Ward, that make up the Gentilly area, a neighborhood in New Orleans. So we kind of from the same hood, but not really. So yeah.
Although, you know, they're classified as like the wards and everybody knows about the 7th and the 9th, is there a big difference between the two?
Yes, for sure. So like, both of them downtown, but one on one part of downtown, one on the other part. One part is like, the 9th Ward is closer to like Chalmette and shit like that. They got the upper 9th Ward, the lower 9th Ward, and the 7th Ward is just the 7th Ward. So yeah, it's totally a difference between them two.
Now, I know coming from New Orleans, which has a heavy musical influence on today's hip hop scene, for you growing up, were you able to experience like the Hot Boy era, like all of those things?
So like, firsthand, I'm gonna say yeah and no. Like, I had family members that actually was in the Back That Ass video and shit like
Really?
that. Yeah, nah, for sure.
I'm not gonna lie, I've been trying to figure out like, where are they now? Like,
Man, I don't know. People in the video,
yeah.
they all over. That's titties and unks and shit. Probably fuck around, have a real career. Probably fuck around, be on the street, whatever. Like, you don't even know. But yeah, man, nah, I did see that shit like firsthand or whatever. And, like, I didn't really notice what was going on because like, I'm young and it's like the local radio. So that shit getting played all the time and shit like that. And I'm seeing it on 106 in Park and Fat and all that. But like I said, I'm young and shit, so I'm not really like able to put two and two together. But I'm just thinking, you know, like this the vibes with everybody on collectively in the world. But you know, yeah, I seen it.
Now, growing up in New Orleans, I do also know that there is a lot of violence out there. So growing up in like that type of environment, how would you say it could affect you mentally?
I mean, like, well, anywhere else, you see what I'm saying? Like, you're a product of your environment, to be honest. And like, it's on you, the person, to prevail, you know what I'm saying? Distinguish what's right and what's wrong, you know what I'm saying? Do the right thing, be great, you know, do hood rat shit, woo the woo, whatever, get caught up, you know what I'm saying? So like, you know, they got distractions everywhere, hardships everywhere, you know, it's all about how you do what you do, you see what I'm saying?
Now, when you were younger, was music always a thing for you, or did you dip and dabble into like different things?
I ain't gonna lie, I always wanted to be a rapper since I was like 3, but I ain't had the courage to do it until when I went to LSU. So I was at LSU for like 2 years, but like, I'm at LSU and shit, and I'm now on an academic scholarship, by the way. So I'm over there doing my thing. First year was cool. Second year, I lost like 2 family members back to back, 2 partners, girlfriend trouble, you know, just going through life shit, and like, ended up getting like, you know, evicted and shit like that. But before I got evicted, I got the notice, 30-day notice and shit. And I'm like, man, look, I had partners making music in high school. So like, I'm like, man, look, bring the equipment out here. I'm gonna come scoop it from New Orleans, come out here. Fuck, we just gonna make some music, brother. Whatever come out of it, whatever come out of it. Like, I only got 30 days in here. I'm trying to rock out. Did that, and I got like 1,000 plays. I know it's not a lot, but I got 1,000 plays on SoundCloud in like 3 days. My partners was getting that shit in like 3 months in high school. So I'm like, hold on, 1,000 ain't a million, but that's enough for me. So that's all I really needed for real.
Wow, so are you a part of the SoundCloud era?
I guess you could say so, yeah.
Yeah, so around what time would you say you officially started dropping music?
I think I told you another date earlier, but now I think about it, probably like 2017, 2018 type
2017,
shit.
2018.
Yeah.
Wow, so I do want to ask you, like, with you going in college and going through that eviction, did it cause you to have like a lot of stress with that?
Yes, like that probably was like the most stress I ever been under.
Really?
To be honest, yeah, and like still going through that life shit while still in school. You see what I'm saying? So like, I had to pick my poison for real. So, but yeah, I was stressed for real.
What was you majoring in?
Guess what I was majoring in at first?
This is hard. I don't know.
Girl, tell me why it was biochemistry.
Why was I finna say? I feel like it's something with science, biochemistry.
I was fucking tripping.
Whoa.
I changed it to marketing. I changed it to marketing while I was supposed to be in, but yeah, I thought I was gonna be a biochemist.
You know, the marketing, that makes sense.
Everybody say that.
The marketing makes sense because of how you are as an artist, and you just know what the people want. Like in this now generation, like honestly, your visuals remind me of like the early 2000s, like NERD, like that type of shit, like for real, front end visuals, like that type of stuff. Yeah, I can see the marketing.
Appreciate that, real talk.
I could definitely see the marketing. Now the biochemistry.
I know. Don't even get me started on that. I don't know what I was thinking.
Wow, did you want to be like a nurse or like a doctor or something?
Man, I had wanted to be a surgeon or something like that, some shit with that degree. I was gonna do something with it. But I kind of knew that shit wasn't for me because like, my mom had this surgery one time and she was like, look, oh, you want to be a doctor? Change my fluids or some shit like that. And I'm like, you know what I'm saying? The whole time I'm like, yeah, I don't think this is going to work out. Went out there for the orientation and I'm like, looking at myself, looking at the people. I'm like, nah, this ain't that one. This ain't what I want to do.
Now, I know I asked you earlier if you stayed during Katrina and you told me that you did. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong.
I did.
Yes, did you tell me that you like moved out? I kind of forgot.
So when the hurricane came in New Orleans, I actually stayed. I was in the 7th ward, but we went on the West Bank to my grandma's crib. It was actually a retirement home or whatever like that. So it was like my immediate family of like 4, and then my grandma, my step grandma, and my auntie. So it was like 6, 7 of us in her one bedroom apartment basically. So like, you know, the hurricane came and like when we was there, it didn't get that bad. It had like 3 feet of water and shit like that. And but where I'm from, it got like 7 feet and shit like that. It got upwards to like 9 feet in the ninth ward and shit like that. But yeah, that shit was crazy, man. So like, you know, I remember one night, the wind was so crazy. This was a 6-foot story building. So like they had a mirror on the wall and the wind was going so crazy, like the fucking mirror was like rocking like this type shit. And it's like a stable building. And to see that, it made me be like, Lord, like this shit really real. Like it's bigger than just a rainstorm. You see what I'm saying? And but like, yeah. And for the next day after that, ironically, it was like the most beautiful day ever. Very calm, like not a cloud in the sky. It was pretty as fuck, like after the water went down and shit. But it was crazy, like that's a whole story. Like we was still in our stores and shit. Like we walked like a mile to this Walmart, and NOPD out there fucking holding the Walmart shit crazy, like just doing crazy shit, like telling everybody they're gonna get bread and water while they getting what they won't get. Kanye West on the news talking about George Bush don't care about black people. I had to play like Coast Guard type shit while my people still at the gas station. They still at the gas station. I'm playing like guard and shit, letting them know police coming and shit, woo the woo. And after that we rode to Baton Rouge, me and my family, and met up with another family out there, my cousin and them. So it was like 3 families for real, and like a 1-bedroom apartment for like a week. That shit was crazy, but it was fun, you know, looking back.
Yeah.
And then after that, I went to Houston.
I guess I've always wondered if like people that were born and raised in New Orleans and they had to go through that, do you guys ever go through like PTSD from that?
Honestly, it's probably so ingrained in me, I wouldn't even know.
Really?
Yeah, because I ain't really look at it from that aspect until the E. Buckles documentary. You seen that shit, Katrina Babies?
Yes.
Right, and I was like,
that's why I was asking.
Yeah, and I kind of made some comparisons to myself, well, comparison with myself and them people in a documentary. So I'm like, oh yeah, I kind of do resonate with that. Like, oh, I kind of was acting up in school this year through this year.
Yeah, so how old were you when it happened?
I was 9 years old.
You were 9. Oh yeah, so I remember I was in Texas, and in Texas, we had a lot of people from New Orleans moved to Texas. You said you moved to Houston.
Yes.
Okay, so how was your experience transitioning to Houston?
I ain't gonna lie, I kind of always had a bad taste in my mouth about Houston coming up because,
Really?
Because of what I went through when I was, evacuating and shit like that. Like they had an instance, me and my cousin, I mentioned him in the song, Boom Boom. We had got jumped by like 20 niggas from Houston one time playing like football, and I guess they didn't like the way we was talking and what we was doing, you know what I'm saying? Could we just, different backgrounds, different cultures and shit, we just come in different how they coming. One thing led to another. Some of the dude go hop over the gate, like 10 minutes past, he hop over the gate, him, another nigga, another nigga, another nigga, another nigga, like, till eventually like 20 people, and I'm like, wow, look at this, it's crazy. So then they circle us up and shit like that, and like, yeah, we just in a predicament, and I just, we had to go crazy right quick.
Wow.
Right.
Now, since you are on the porch, we gotta ask, what age would you say you officially jumped off the porch?
Man, I don't know, I'm gonna say probably about like 16.
16.
Wait, what's jumping off the porch for real?
So basically, figuring out life on your own.
Damn, if you put it like that, I think I just jumped off the porch. But as far as like doing my own thing and all that, I'm gonna say around 16, 17 or whatever. But like, yeah.
Now, with you jumping off the porch at like 16, what would you say was a key lesson that you learned that will always stick with you even throughout your career?
A key lesson I learned. I ain't gonna say I learned this at 16, but like a lot of things happen. You'll never know the reason why. Like it's just life is just so big. Like so many components to this shit. Like you can't call it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's one thing I had to learn early on.
Now I gotta ask, as an artist coming out of New Orleans, you would think that because of the background that New Orleans has, you would think that there would be so many artists that are in the spotlight right now. But if I'm not mistaken, like the artists that are in our faces is like you and Robb 49 coming out of New Orleans. So what would you say is that reason being?
I'm gonna say the lack of infrastructure and knowledge in New Orleans. Like, a lot of niggas don't get that. Like, this shit just bigger than surface level than what they see. Like, videos and popping out, woo the woo. Like, it's a real formula to this shit, and it's a real craft, and it's a real grind itself. But other than that, like, I don't know, me and him, we just two particular artists from that city with a distinct sound, I can say, and like, a a good team around us.
Right.
Yeah.
So what did your grind look like to even make it to this point that you are now?
Oh man. So like fuck, I told you I got evicted. But and from there, a lot of couch surfing. I had my own car by the grace of God, but I spent a lot of nights in that bitch. A lot of fucking scamming and dumbass shit. Like a lot of high and low nights. Like I'm nowhere near where I want to be at, but like it's a lot of finessing. Like I remember even like being out there in Baton Rouge, stealing from CVS like my next meal and shit like that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With my roommate and shit. Like even before I got like evicted. Like even in school, after school, whatever the fuck. I was out there banging for a minute, but like. Yeah, like, you know, niggas in the cafeteria on campus. I got my book sack. Niggas, you know, getting their little meal plan and shit, getting their little dinner and shit for the night. I'm taking cartons of milk. I'm taking cereal boxes, like tangible shit I could add in the morning. You see what I'm saying? And like I said, CVS, gas stations, like Velveeta things, stealing all that. Savage shit, really.
Yeah.
Dine and dash.
So with you like taking the leap of faith and leaving college to pursue your rap career, did you have any doubts on doing that?
No, not really, because like you always gonna have some doubts no matter what you choose. You know what I'm saying? Nothing in life hard. It's about what hard you pick, if you want to look at it like that. You see what I'm saying? So yeah.
And as you were chasing your dream with your music career, what did that transition look like for you? Were you still like in and out, sleeping in your car, or?
Nah, for sure I was. Like I said, like this grind, a lot of people don't get this shit. So it's like a lot of fake it till you make it moments, you know what I'm saying? A lot of facade business going on, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of shit behind closed doors they're not getting, but still trying to maintain an image, trying to get to that next level. Trying to seem like you worthy of a nigga fucking with you to support you to bring you to the next level, all that. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of shit, you know, a lot of small life-changing things, but still going at it, woo-de-woo, you know.
What do you feel personally separates you as an artist?
I'm gonna say my ear for music, my creativity and originality, and just the way I attack the music and like how I become one with the music as opposed to just rapping on the beat or just, you know what I'm saying, just let some shit off, woo-de-woo. Yeah.
It's truly an art to you, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
I can tell because you said become one with the music.
Literally, real talk. Yeah, I look at this shit a little different than other people, I think.
You could tell though, like even with listening to your music, like it takes you in like waves in a sense. So it's like the way that you come on the track, like it's like you're truly riding the beat, but also it's storytelling behind it.
Yeah, thank you for accepting that. Well, getting that from what I put out.
No, yeah. So that's why I guess I'm really curious with like how you even came in with your sound because it's so different.
How I came about my sound. I don't know. I just like when I listen to music, I like to dance to it, you know what I'm saying? I like to see like good music, like when it really hit you, it really take you somewhere else. Like let's say like you heard a song right here for the first time, you forget where you sitting at, you forget what you was wearing, like you forget what nigga next to you talking about. You see what I'm saying? Like it just music does that. That's kind of when I chase after when I'm making some shit and like, you know what I'm saying? I be very real with myself, and if it's not doing it for me, how could I do it for the next person or whatever like that? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah.
Now, when I heard you, it was my first song that I was introduced to you with was Yep.
Okay.
And you also had Herbo on the Yep remix. So talk about how that dynamic even came about.
Well, he wasn't on the remix, but he just was like fucking with the song hard.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
No, you good. But no, he just was fucking with the song hard early in the pandemic and shit like that. And like, yeah, that was just organic. Like, you know, I'm sitting there chilling with all my partners. And like, I'm just getting like buku notifications, mentions and shit like that on Instagram and shit like that. And like, yeah, man, dude was just showing love to Yep and Water, like basically to two of my biggest songs at the time. And like, I just overwhelmed with support and love, and you know, yeah, I embraced it.
And we saw the ASAP Bari, he had came in the cameo for the visual, so talk about that.
I actually just hit him up before I got over here, but funny story about that. I had seen him like a day or two before the shoot, and I'm letting him know, like, say, bro, I got a shoot going on St. Charles. Like, it's gonna be litty. Come fuck with it, woo the woo. He like, yeah, I'm gonna come fuck with it. So then the day come, and like the shit's so big, like it's so lit. He walking past it initially. He told me, and see he had to swing back because like nothing else on the street was like fucking with their energy.
Yeah.
So that's how we got him in the video. And police was about to like stop the video and everything, but he was cool about it. Like he waited. He was like, man, nah, I won't be in the video. Like if it take me waiting 30 more minutes, 45 more minutes, whatever, I'll do that. And that's when I started fucking with him more as a person. You see what I'm saying?
Wow, and that visual is so crazy. Like it literally reminded me of New Orleans. Like you got the girls dancing in the video. Like
thank you.
It was a whole vibe. How were y'all even able to come up with the concept for Yep?
So honestly, we shot that video like 2-3 times. That was like the second, third time we shot it. But like me and my team, we just wanted to like capture New Orleans, like real New Orleans. Like we ain't want to set up no shit like, hey y'all, we having a photo shoot over here, video shoot over here, y'all pull up. We just really want to go in the environment and just capture that and do what we do inside that environment. And that's exactly what happened. Like, for we just that was Mardi Gras week.
Right.
So the city was lit the whole week. We went out there at like 6 a.m. 6 a.m. set it up, speakers and shit. Took a little nap or whatever. Came back out there at like 11, 12. Shot that shit like 3 times max. Then went to another location, just shot like once or twice more. And that was it for real, put it all out there, put it together, put it all out there.
And with your journey, I'm sure like you've had to experience a lot, but what would you say was like a major challenge for you while trying to pursue your music career?
Major challenge for me while trying to pursue this shit was like not distinguishing, but I guess you could say distinguishing like personal friends from like, middle school, elementary, from colleagues / now personal friends that's on this journey with me. Cause like, you can't take everybody everywhere. And like everybody, we not meant to go on the same path. So that's kind of hard learning what people, is fucking with what things and, what you fucking with and what they not fucking with. You know what I'm saying? So it was a whole lot of that, swallowing that pill, learning, everybody take different walks of life and it's still all right. You see what I'm saying? So yeah.
Ooh, my thing is, I'm glad that you touched on the topic of like distinguishing like certain type of friends, especially when you have like a really big heart. Everybody like your family.
Man, what?
So when you start losing people, would you say like, I don't think we ever talk about the grieving that comes with losing like people that you thought were really your friends. So what would you say that it looked like for you?
It's different for everybody. Me personally, like you say, I have a big heart. You probably have a big heart too. So like, I try to be the best I could be to a person, anybody that's in front of me. You see what I'm saying? That God put in front of me. So like, I just treat everybody the same. And like, if nigga don't do the same for me, I feel that's a lesson learned. Like I did what I had to do. You see what I'm saying? And like, shame on you. You ain't, hold a real nigga down, woo-de-woo.
Right.
But like, yeah, I don't let stuff get to me all the time and all that. And I understand, he got a plan. So yeah, man, I'm just grateful for who around me.
Exactly. I love that. Now, speaking of friends, we got to talk about the collective Free Water.
Yeah.
Y'all be going crazy with the parties. Like, you got to talk to us about that and how the dynamic even came about.
All right. So, Free Water, multimedia platform, got videography, cinematography, photography, music, of course, merchandise, but like, documentary style shooting, like all kind of shit or whatever. Like, so Free Water, they've been doing their thing up until I met them for like 3-4 years, some shit like that. So I remember they had this, they had like a lit party or whatever, and I had a song at the time called Water, and like I just felt like it'd be a perfect platform to push my music. So one of the dudes over there, Free Water, his name Frankie Watts, Brother Gang type shit. But he was shooting recap videos for their parties and shit like that. And I was like, look, bro, I got this song. You know, if you fucking with it, put it on the yeah, it might go up with the woo. So he did just that, and it did just that. Like, I was just people. I'm the type of nigga, I'm hands-on with my shit. So, like, the minute he told me he was fucking with it, he gonna add it on the recap. I'm, like, lurked out on Freewater page, you know what I'm saying? I'm, like, peeping the engagement compared to other shit, like, trying to see if I'm tricking myself, trying to see, like, I'm very real with the situation.
Right.
So, you know, like, a lot of feedback from the song as opposed to, like, the actual video. Like, wait, what's this song? Wait, all right, yeah, the party was lit, but what's this song? So the more I got that, like, all right, bet, this might be a match made in heaven, these two things right here. So, you know, that's all it took right there, and I just kept hitting on that.
Now, when we go to a free water party, what can we expect?
A free water party, expect to see a lot of people out there body. When I say that, I mean like free-spirited but like-minded individuals. As far as like, you know, dressing, music taste, you see what I'm saying, age and shit like that. Expect it to be like a lot of fun. You see what I'm saying? Like, niggas not scared to have fun and, like, you know, look nice and shit like that. 'Cause I know a lot of people go to parties now. A lot of parties I go to, everybody just be sitting up. But at the party we throw, you know what I'm saying, we were actually like the party. You see what I'm saying? So, like, you know, turn us up and turn us down. Turn you up, won't turn you down. So, yeah, basically. But
Now, I told you earlier, like, I said, hey, we got to go to New Orleans and go to a free water party.
yeah, man. Yeah.
Now, I can't help but to go back to what you told me earlier about going from couch to couch even while you were pursuing your music career. And I can't help but to also ask you, how were you able to focus on the goal of keep dropping music and then also your creativity still flowing while you're in this predicament?
I think the human mind is a beautiful thing, and it's all circumstantial. And I feel like basically it's all on the person and the circumstance. So like in that particular circumstance, I just use, I guess, the bad shit as fuel to the fire. Like, and basically my main goal was to outdo my last shit I put out. So that kind of made it easier. Like, took a lot of stress off. Like, if I put something out today, just my next shit next week, just gotta be better than today. So with that mindset and, you know, with shit going around me, using that shit as real fuel, like, I'm sitting there writing raps. My partner got a little girl come over, they see me on the couch and shit, then she'll see me on campus the next day. I'm like, ooh, cheese. But I'm like, I'm just using all of this fuel to just turn myself up and like taking note of it and not forgetting, and also taking note of who fucking with me, who ridiculing me right now, who treat me differently, and just channeling all of that. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about Pain, because I love the visual with Pain, and also the track is hard as hell.
Thank you.
If I'm not mistaken, was it produced by Cash Cobain?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Okay, so talk about that for us.
All right, yeah. So I shot that video. Me and Frankie shot that video during another hurricane. I forgot what hurricane that was. You know, New Orleans, we having so many hurricanes. But like, yeah, we at the hotel and shit like that. And like, fuck, we sitting on our ass and nigga ain't do nothing in like a few months or whatever. So we like, man, we gotta do something. So we shot the video in the actual hotel that people were staying in. Shout out to FEMA. Was in there bit for like 3 months, something like that. We fuck with FEMA the long way.
So you guys were in the hotel, like y'all had to stay in the hotel because of the hurricane.
Yeah, sure, you're right.
Wow, so throughout that you shot Pain.
Yeah, exactly. So
wow.
Right. So yeah, we did that on some guerrilla style shit. And I got that beat from Cash Cobain through Glenn Brown. I don't know if you know him, but he's from New York, and that's his manager or something like that.
Yep,
so,
I know Glenn.
Yeah.
Know of Glenn. Yeah.
I've been fucking with bro, you know, for like years and shit like that. So reached out to him or whatever like that. He laced me with that beat along with other beats, and yeah, man, did that.
Wow, I had no idea. Like, that's what's so crazy, because we see the visual, but I didn't even know y'all was going through that.
Yes.
While y'all
Yes. And I had just got out of jail.
You just got out of jail?
Yes.
Oh, God.
Like a week before.
What were you in it for?
I went in there for weed and a gun. So, but yeah, I'm in jail, and by the grace of God, I got out a day or two before the hurricane came. I would have still been in jail during the hurricane. It should have blew me.
Oh, my God. And then you came out with Pain, which is a effortlessly put together
Thank you.
visual. Did not know that you had to stay in a hotel that whole
Yes.
time because of FEMA.
Yes, but it was a lit hotel. I had liked the hotel, honestly. Yeah, I wasn't complaining.
Now, this new project though, Troubled, you gotta tell us about that. Like, even the way you were able to curate the inspiration for this project.
All right, so Trouble came about just like, I guess like me making like my little entries in like a little, I guess you could call my studio like a little journal or whatever of like the past year or two. And like, you know, yeah, man, like I just wake up, have an idea, or before I go to sleep, have an idea, put it out, you know what I'm saying? Not put it out, but like, you know, put it on wax or whatever, go to sleep, wake up in the morning, revise it. I'm talking about like while I'm in LA, while I'm evacuating for that hurricane, like all type of shit. And I recorded almost all the shit myself. So that was a big thing right there. Executive producing myself. Like a lot of shit, I always executive produce on my Beyonce shit, like take this out, put this in, or I don't like how this sound, put that in there. But like with this one, I actually was in the studio a lot more, making a lot of beats from scratch for sure. And like just more hands-on and shit like that. But yeah, man.
So with that being said, do you think you're gonna start producing your all of your projects from here on out?
Nah, for sure. I think I always was gonna do that, but I just didn't have the tools. I'm still learning now. But like, yeah, for sure.
Wait, so you mean to tell me that you was like the main producer on this project?
Yeah.
Do you understand how hard the beats went on this project though?
I would hope so. Fuck.
What the hell?
Nah,
No,
thank you,
because we
thank
was
you.
listening to it like that shit is hard as fuck.
Thank you, real talk.
And you are the producer behind. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
producer bag all the way in there.
Man. I'm trying, real talk.
Now on this project, a special feature that I saw, Robb Banks.
Yeah, that's my boy.
So talk to us about y'all's dynamic.
All right, so I fuck with Robb Banks. That's my dog. He actually was one of my influences / inspirations coming up. Because he was big on SoundCloud and shit like that. So this really a dream come true for Slime. You know what I'm saying? To work with somebody that influenced him coming up. That's my brother though, man. But I honestly don't know how he got on my music. But like, I remember he followed me or whatever, so I followed back. And then like we exchanged DMs and shit. And like, you know, it was a mutual energy, you know what I'm saying? Invited me on tour, but before then I did like the smashy shit, sent it over to him, he sent the verse back. I sent a few verses back to him, like we just was swapping verses and shit. And like, that was one we stuck with, and yeah, that's what y'all got now.
It was hard. I'm not gonna lie, I clicked to see the first thing, because you know, Robb Banks, like you said, like that's considered
He
like
really goated.
Goated as hell.
Nah, real
so
talk.
when I saw that feature, I was like, oh, let me click on this. I gotta hear it.
Nah,
Y'all
real
two
talk.
together though, I'm not gonna lie, like I can see the way that y'all can like bounce off of each other.
Likewise.
That shit was hard.
Yeah, we gotta do a project. We talked about it, but you know a lot of people talk about projects and shit like that. But that's
Oh
one
no,
I
a
really,
Robb Banks project, Stone Cold Jzzle, yeah, that shit would be hard as fuck.
you see what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
You gotta, I mean, y'all need to do that.
That's literally exactly what I'm saying. So Rob, if you listen to this, watch this. That's what I'm saying. She's saying what we saying.
No, y'all got to. Now, Flash Out, your single Flash Out that's on the Trouble project.
Shout out the Highway.
You spoke on almost signing a deal for $1,000. So talk to us about that.
All right, so before I signed my lovely distribution and publishing deal that I got now, like I said, it was like a lot of highs and lows. So I was going through a lot of meetings and shit. This is even before I met my manager Evan back there. So I met with this little dude, and like I don't know what the fuck we was doing, but like basically he was trying to sign me for $1,000. And at the time, I'm thinking I ain't I had no background in the music shit and all that. So I'm like, man, 1,000 for this one song. It was potentially of one song before You Up in Water. So I'm like, I'm knowing this song ain't gonna do nothing compared to other songs I'm gonna do. But just not considered it. But like, yeah, that was some bullshit. I'm happy I ain't do that. I probably signed my whole
I'm
shit
so
away.
happy that you didn't do that either. Like,
Right. Right.
that would have been crazy.
Exactly. It should have blew the fuck out of me.
Man, but I guess like talk about the importance of staying patient and staying down when it comes to your career.
Man, sometimes you gotta let go and let God. Cause I didn't know what was going on, but I know 1,000 wasn't enough. But it was a lot that I needed at the time.
Yeah.
So I'm like, but like I said, let go and let God, real talk.
I want to say, we're about to step into 2023. So what would you say are some major goals that you want to knock out as an artist? Or where do you see yourself in 2023?
I ain't gonna get specific as far as my goals, cause like, you know how that shit work out. Tell somebody your goals and shit like that.
Yes.
Like, what happened with that goal you talked about? fuck my stilo up and shit.
Yeah.
But I plan on like honestly releasing more projects in 2023, building my fan base, growing more as an artist. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's really all I can ask for. I feel like I can't go wrong if I get all three of them things or whatever.
Now, Jzzle, can we expect you into the fashion space?
Yes, you can. You can actually. I just started low-key designing, like some Brother Game merch and shit like that. But like, nah, you could for sure expect to see me in that space. Like, eventually I won't be, walking on runways and all that, collabing
That's
with.
why I asked, because I see that for you.
You see it.
I see the vision. Yes, I see the vision.
She see it.
I see the vision.
They see the vision.
I see the vision, man.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, one more thing with your Troubled project. What does it mean to you?
It mean like kind of like freedom, like a little bit of like emancipation. You see what I'm saying? Of Jzzle like type shit. And I feel like we all troubled. That's why I got it tatted, cause like, nobody perfect and we all troubled. You know what I'm saying? Depending on how you want to look at it, what troubled you, or whatever like that. And in the world of, in the world that's not perfect, I feel like this kind of perfect, cause like nothing perfect, and like fuck, if nothing perfect, then everything is perfect on some bullshit. So yeah, man.
Now, before we wrap up, do you got any last words or shout outs?
Man, shout out Stump Down, shout out Free Water, shout out Brother Gang, shout out my beautiful city of New Orleans, anybody that watches this video. And all I got to say is, dog, man, let go, let God, do your thing. Yeah, man, Brother Gang.
Ever since a young boy, yeah, straight out the gate. I've been hanging out with slumlords. We play patty cake. I be rapping where I'm from, boy. 7 in your face.